Okay, warning ahead. I wrote this script 2 hours after getting my wisdom teeth removed, so I was kinda high on, like, the meds, numb, so if it makes little sense, you know why. Anyways, enjoy, I guess. Okay, look at me. Look at me! I like the Monster Hunter series. I adore Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate with Knuckles. I adore Worlds, which is my first Monster Hunter. I like Monster Hunter Rise. I adore these games. Wilds, the newest installment, the one with open areas with monsters spawning everywhere, I mean, it's alright. I feel like my nearly 200 hours in Wilds can afford me a little bit of an opinion. Okay, let's go. First of all, what is Hunter that hunts monsters that is a video? What? What is the hunter that hunts monsters that is a video game? It's a video game that has the premise of you being a hunter that hunts monsters. Monsters that are well designed and honestly a lot of fun. Most of the monsters are, that is, fun. At least the intro monsters in Wilds are far much more fun compared to the giant yellow lizard from Worlds. Instead of a giant lizard that pukes if you smack its belly hard enough, you get a large frog. Large frog with slime frog. And after killing the giant frog, you get to show the semi-nice open world slash area. These areas are semi-pretty and also really hit your frame rate, at least during the beta and also at the time of launch, and probably at the time of writing this. I mean, at the time of writing this, they had a pretty big issue with the DLC thing where you have to pay to win for frame rates. It's a whole debacle. I don't understand how it technically works, but essentially, if you didn't own all the DLC, your game would just lag. Like, I mean, 20 frame difference, which isn't really a problem for me because I'm a PC player, because frames are frames. I'll take anything, but if this infected like console players like it did the PC players, then it would be a problem. Pay to win, Capcom, making you pay for everything. Hooray! Okay, going back to the areas. I really like the areas in this game. They say might change based on the game time, and monster age change as well. From the small little guy monsters to the apex monsters, which are essentially the big boss monster that rules the area. And in my opinion, are the most fun monsters and the most well designed in the game. Right now, a flying wyvern with lightning storms and strikes is one of the first apex monsters you encounter. And that little fella kind of sets the scene on how the apex monsters control the area around them. When he appears, the sky turns dark and the desert landscape becomes electrified due to his presence. I find it really neat that nearly all the apex monsters have like an effect on the area around them. The environment change if they appear, and when they disappear, it's really a really nice touch. On to the next, Jindahad. Giant fucking... He looks like those weird temp things. I forgot what they're called. A massive leviathan monster you encounter later in the game. Causes huge snowstorms and you have to go into a specific area to fight him. His own arena, essentially. And these apex monsters, whenever they get into a turf war, which is kind of like a mini event where monsters fight each other and they get damaged based on who wins, the apex always wins, with the exception of one fella. The flagship monster, arkveld. Arkveld is the only monster to beat the apex monsters in their own turf. Arkveld, at least during the beta, was one of my favorite monsters to fight. His fight style is so fun, and his attacks have some of the most nice sounding booms in the game. Now, he's kind of annoying. Look, I have a high rank in the game, not super high compared to the hardcore players, but I can hold my own. Fighting him over and over in endgame content is annoying, to say the least. It just feels like every time he attacks you, every little smack, every little touch, he gives you a debuff. I know it's his red lightning attacks that give you the debuff, but it just feels like everything does it. Even just him running straight forward, just dashing, being a debuff, and this debuff means life or death, or just nothing. This game has a lot of different debuffs, and I still don't know. Even after playing four versions of this game, I still don't understand what they do. The lightning debuff, what does it do? And I refuse to look it up until I figured it out, damn it. Just snacking him, hitting him over and over and over. That's the Monster Hunter grind set, am I right? If you want to hold yourself in later content, you need to farm. Farm, grind, kill. The cycle of addiction is never ending. Hunting the endgame monsters is just farming material to turn them into jewels, armor cores for yourself so you just don't get stabbed by Savage Omega. thought I had a good build before him, but I was wrong. I was wrong. I was a fool. The never-ending grind is what makes Monster Hunter the game it is. At least with my luck, I sometimes get the thing I need. Other times I have to kill Omega 10 times just to get something that isn't a screw. And that's with all the food buffs that give you better luck with carving. If I didn't know, I would have thought we had worse drop rates than anything from Warframe. No. Warframe drop rate, it's ass. What saves Monster Hunter Wilds? The monsters, of course. A lot of them are fun, and the others are just reskins, slapping a label and calling them Guardian versions. Or what they're doing right now is bringing them from other older games, which is, I don't mind. It's a lot cool. It's cool. Look, I do like it. A lot of old Monster Hunter games have a lot of cool, fun monsters, and the fact that they brought over to the new gen, revisited, reworked to work super well with the game, is just masterwork. But I do kind of want some originals with the new updates. What will come first? Electric Angry Monkey or an original boy? Well, I don't know. At least with the anniversary update that's here, technically, and with Arch-Tempered Arkveld on its way, well, oh boy, Arch-Tempered Arkveld. Can't wait for Arch-Tempered Arkveld, which is just an angrier compared to Tempered Arkveld. Hopefully with new moves, but in reality, they'll just hit harder. The whole thing with the Arch-Tempered Apex monsters is they hit harder. I was kind of expecting to have like new movesets, but all you get is new armor that might work with your build. But then the opposite happens with a new update and that armor becomes obsolete and you have to use that new armor. Look, Omega really rocked my shit, alright? I'm a bonk, hammer, and sick blade kind of guy. And Omega made me rethink what kind of weapon I want to use from now on. I'm still bonk, but I'm longsword because I can't have fun according to Capcom. Also, small thing, very small. The food? What happened? Granted, the last time the food was just big, heavy food was Worlds. Rice had dango, but even then I was like, why are we big, strong hunters that carry heavy weapons eating these tiny little portions? We need them big calories, and in Wilds we get the equivalent of what is essentially a kid cuisine. It's tiny. The food looks good, but I need like 100k worth of calories to fight this big bastard carrying this big bastard weapon. With the anniversary update on its way and already here by the time of posting this, and a new announcement for the expansion, I'm excited. I love Monster Hunter. There aren't other games where I can just play for 6 hours trying to beat Omega and still go on the next day to play again. Omega launch day was rough, dude. I bitch and complain, but that's mainly because I love this game franchise. This game is just mindless fun. It's fun. The grind feels rewarding. Now, I say now it's rewarding. Now it's kind of worth to do endgame monsters now. But at launch, this game was rough. But seeing it where it is now, it's gotten out of its muck. Now it's getting better and better. Also, am I weird for doing some hunts with randos? Am I that much of a demon in your eyes? I love playing this game with randos and failing and never winning the fight. No? Okay, good. You'll be on my side. You don't get to complain. Also, look, we have happy hunting. It's been a while. Happy hunting! Anyways, goodbye. See, I told you this made no sense. Anyways, please like and subscribe.